Hey y'all, it is Tish Times here, and I want to talk to you today about combating the fear of showing up. And you might be asking, what do I mean by that? But I know I experience it sometimes, and I know that many of my friends, followers, audience, community experience it as well because I've heard you talk to me about it. And so, what happens is, I'll give you an example when it's time to go live on Facebook, when it's time to fill out that application to speak for a large audience. Sometimes when it's time to press record on a video, just like I'm doing right here, that fear begins to show up and it begins to cause us to doubt everything that we know about ourselves. We know we're powerful. We know we are experts in our field. We know that we have everything that we need to solve the problem for the person who needs us the most. So, why then is it so difficult for sometimes for us to show up? This is the thing. Fear, I posted this on Instagram earlier this week, so you can go check that out. I'm at Tish Times and just see it. It says, I will no longer allow fear to bully me into stagnation. And what I mean by that is fear has a purpose, it has a assignment, and it's on a mission to cause you to stop moving forward, right? To stop impacting lives, to stop helping people to accomplish what it is that you know you were sent to the earth to do, right? It causes us to, as I said in my post, sit down, shut up, and stop moving. And so, what I'd like for us to do instead is when we start to feel that fear, you know me. If you don't know me, you're going to know right now that I believe in the power of belief, the power of prayer, the power of trusting God. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuke fear and I'm going to say, no, I believe what God says about me, not what my head is saying to me right now. And in all honesty, what the enemy is trying to cause me to believe. Then we're going to picture in our mind that person who needs you the most. What I've done in my business is I've created avatars. And avatars are just a picture of my ideal clients. I've given them a name, and they're all based on real people. They're based on people who I've worked with before, people who I know need our service, what it is that we provide. And so, for instance, I'll picture introvert Irene. And introvert Irene is that person who has a phenomenal product or service. She doesn't, however, always believe in herself. So when she should be loudly proclaiming who she is and what she does, she sometimes shrinks back and misses opportunities to share her brilliance with the world. So when I think about introvert Irene, I think, man, I don't want to do this. Man, that fear is really making me not want to get on stage, not want to hit record, not want to go live, not want to do blank, 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 fill in the blank, right? And I think about, but if I don't get up and show up powerfully the way that I know I should, introvert Irene doesn't get her problem solved. Introvert Irene continues to struggle. And this is the thing that's really important to me. And you can, translate it to your business or your service or whatever it is that you're thinking about right now, however it makes sense to you. But I think about that generational impact that happens because Zig Ziglar once said that timid salesmen or salespeople have skinny kids, right? And that means because they're too timid to open their mouths, which means they don't get to feed their family because they're not selling anything. And I take that a step further and I say that timid salespeople have skinny kids, and because of the example that they've observed their whole lives, they develop timid children beyond them, and that generational cycle continues. So I don't just think about introvert Irene and who she is right now. I think about introvert Irene and her children and her children's children, and how the impact that I can make on her life right now might not only impact her today, it might increase her confidence so that she is more secure in herself, which means she sells more, she creates more opportunities in her business, she creates a better life for her family. Her family experiences a different history than she did, and they take on that example instead of that example of that timidity that causes her to stay in stagnation. So I know that's a heavy, heavy load, but I just want you to think about what is causing you to stand still, to stay put, And instead of thinking about yourself, get yourself out of the equation and think about the people who need you the most. And you might think it's a small impact that you're making, but it's much bigger than you probably will ever know. So believe it, trust that you have something amazing to offer, that people need you, people are looking for you right now, and they can't find you because you're sitting still, being quiet, hiding out. I invite you to step up, be bold, speak loudly, and believe that you are exactly who God has said you are. I'll see you next time.